Hello and welcome to the CKA challenge question 41. This question have the weightage of 5%. My name is Alok Kumar and today we are going to see the new challenge question for the CKA exam preparation. So this question says use the namespace project test for the following. So you have to check either this particular namespace exists. If not, then you have to create it. Create a daemon set named ds test with image httpd 2.4 alpine. So this is the tag of the httpd and the labels that you have to use is ds test and uuid. So this is a simple labels. They just provided you to utilize this label for the creation of the daemon sets. The pod it creates should request 12 millicore CPU. So this is the resource utilizations, whatever the request you have to put for the resource creations, and the 12 maybe byte for the memory. The pod run on all the nodes. So if you don't know about the daemon set, you can refer my videos on the daemon sets. Because whenever you create a daemon set, it will automatically apply to all the nodes without removing the taint. So there is some conditions, like if you don't know about the taint, you can refer my video on the taint as well to have a more clarity. Okay, so it means that the sum of the nodes have the taint applied. So we have to apply the daemon set with the tolerations. Okay, so we are going to see in the lab section how to resolve these issues in a very less time. Okay, so this is my EKS client and we are using the client to connect with the EKS cluster. So first verify how many nodes we have. kubectl get node. So currently we have 2 nodes. And what about the namespace? kubectl get ns. So we have the 4 default namespaces, but for according to the question we have to create a namespace with the name project test. kubectl create ns project okay, so this namespace got created. Okay, now we have to check we have the 2 nodes. Okay, so in how many nodes we have the taint applied. For this kubectl you can describe one by one as well each of the nodes to check for the taint applied or not, but we have some imperative commands. Describe node or nodes. Okay, and then we are using the grep command. Okay, and here I am using a5. So whenever the taint I am searching for the taint. So whenever the taints label is found for a particular node in the descriptions, it will bring all the 5 things, means the next 5 line of the context. Okay, so which might include other relevant informations like node status or label. So we want to see till 5 line. Okay, 5 line when it find the taint information in the description. So that's why I mentioned here. So you can see that it's bringing, whenever it's find the taint, it bringing the 5 lines 1 2 3 4 5 for each of the nodes. I have 2 nodes in my cluster, and so you can see for a particular node, first node the taint is applied, for second node we don't have any taint applied. So that is fine. If you don't know about the taint and tolerations, you can use my previous video on it. Okay, so taint are applied to node to prevent the pod. Okay, just to prevent the pod from being scheduled onto them unless those pod have the matching tolerations. This is very useful for reserving a node for a specific workload, or restrictive type of pod can be run on that particular node for that purpose as well. Okay, so we applied these types of informations. Okay, so now I am going to write a YAML file for the daemon set, but this time I am not using the imperative because I have to add several labels inside it. So I am using a declarative way. Okay, sometimes it is good to handle the in a declarative way as well instead of using imperative way, but for examination purpose I always prefer imperative way for the time management. Okay, so vi we will write is as a demon set dot yml. Okay, so API version is equal to app dot vi. You can refer the Kubernetes documentation as well. Kind daemon set and the metadata here I am using the name as per the question ds test, and the namespace that I am going to use is project test namespace. Okay, labels. Okay, label ID as per the question we have to use ds test again, and the UUID second label you can say UUID. Let me copy it. So this is the UUID I have to use. Now the specification part. Here we have to use the selector. Match labels, and here also I have to use the same ID ds test UUID. I copied it. Okay, now we have to use the template. Under the template we have to give the specifications for the pod. Okay, so template have also the metadata. Under the metadata we have to provide the labels, and the same label we have to give again ds test UUID is same. Okay, here specs for the containers. Okay, and the name that we are providing here httpd container. Okay, and image as per the question httpd 2.4 and alpine. Now we have to mention the resources. These all things you don't need to memorize, you can refer the documentations. Okay, requests, we have to provide the first the CPU. It's a 12 millicore. Okay, and then the memory. Okay, fine. mi. Now regarding the tolerations, because one of the node have the toleration, so we are going to use the operator here. So operator as exist, this will ensure the pods can run on all of the nodes, including the tainted one. So we don't need to provide the key and value, all these things. So for the tolerations, the same level as the here you can define the operator again. Okay, now save it. Now I am going to apply this daemon set. So you can see that it's applied. qctl get pod. So you can find that there is no pod because we are looking into the default namespace. So you have to mention the namespace by using the n. And what is the namespace? Project test. Here you will find 2 pods running. So this is the daemon sets. Output of void. So you can find either the taint is applied or not. If the tolerations have the operator as exist, so it will apply to that node as well. Okay, so in this way we are able to deploy the daemon sets in both the nodes as per the question, and whenever you deploy the daemon set, it will go to the all the nodes automatically. But if there is a taint applied, then you have to apply the toleration so that the pod get deployed in each of the nodes. So if you don't know which type of pod we deploy as a daemon set, you can consider it as some antivirus types of things, some monitoring kind of things, some log transfer kinds of things, in which you can just transfer your log informations to the S3 bucket time to time. So these types of pod is very useful as a daemon sets or antivirus types of things. Some antivirus stuff you need to install in each of the nodes. So hope you like this video. If you didn't subscribe my channel, just do subscribe it. It always motivate me to bring new videos on the Kubernetes, Terraform, or whatever topics you required. Thank you. Have a nice day.